Hello everyone. Good evening. Am I audible to all of you? I can't hear you. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
And where is my proper camera? Good. Let me fix my camera if it works. 1 second. So Arnav, Ishan, Mishita, Nithila, welcome. So today is our session number 12. It means 13, 14. So next week will be our last week. So today we'll cover some more openings from queen side perspective.
Sir, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me, Ishan? So check your audio connection, please. Check your audio connection, please. I'm just sending a message. Else rejoin. Okay, so let's give 1 more minute so that Ishan can fix his audio.
Yeah, sir, I can hear you.
Perfect. So Nithila, Divakarji, Mishita, Ishan, Arnav. Okay. So let's start. As I said, today is our session number 12. Last 2 sessions we are talking about openings. More on the e4 side, the king side. Today we are going to talk about more openings from the queen perspective, queen side perspective, or queen side opening. So today we'll complete the opening which we wanted to discuss, and then from next week or last week is the last week where we will talk about some end games, some strategies, and some maths related things there also. Okay. So right from day one, like we see, chess is all about maths also. How many steps you can count ahead and all. But we'll put some more maths, realistic maths, where you use some of the maths to count what can happen, what cannot happen. Okay. Now, we talked about Rue Lopez, we talked about Italian, and then we talked about Vienna, we talked about Berlin defense and Sicilian. Tell me, as of now, out of all these 5, which one you like most? Any preferences for anyone? If you're playing games, you should know what opening you're starting with, right? It's very important. Which opening you are starting, which your opponent is forcing you to move to particular openings. Any preferences, anyone? Ruvantika, Nithila. Ishan plays a lot of game, right? Ishan?
17 games current.
17 games you are playing, Ishan. Good. Others?
Means everyone is challenging me only. I'm not challenging anyone.
No, for me, always it's like 70 or 80 games goes on, including all the sites. Like I use ICCF, AWCF, chess, or whatever. So, but yeah, good thing is we don't have to move everything immediately. So that's why it takes time. So, Divakarji, as of now, whatever matches you have played with your players, what opening you preferred? I know initially when you started, you might not have thought about opening names, but no, any.
Sir, I like that I just let me just Vienna poison tip.
Vienna is superb. Vienna is very good. Very like easily poison tip. Yes, opponents can easily like do a mistake. Okay, so today I'm going to start with. So it is very good for new players. If your opponent is new, na, you can play this. It is known as very aggressive. In fact, you can say this is the most aggressive opening of most aggressive. Trompowsky attack. How many of you know that? This is the most aggressive. But yeah, if other player is experienced, that person will not allow you to play. But if your opponent is not experienced, and if he falls into Trompowsky, then you have advantage. The most aggressive opening.
It is most aggressive opening.
Most aggressive opening. Let me give you a little history. So let me copy paste from this. What is the history about this? And then we'll show the Trompowsky attack. It's a very, very aggressive.
M is silent.
Yeah, the way I pronounce Trompowsky, but yeah, it can be Trompowsky also. M can be silent. It is named after one-time Brazilian champion Octavio Trompowsky, 1897-98, who played in 1930s, 1940s. Also, Alan Ruth played it. He developed it, so it's also known as Ruth opening. It's not ruthless, but yeah, it's Ruth opening. This is what we call it. Okay. So I'll show you the moves, just like how it works. Okay, so you can have a note, guys, and I'll start how it works. This is one of the opening I'm going to show you from the D. You enter into this opening when, okay, so first 30 seconds, then I'll open my, because some of you are noting down this. Okay, so now, if I talk about, let me show you the board. Where is the board? Board is not there. Where is my screen for the board? Analysis board, okay. So, analysis board. As I said, this is the D4, or you can say queen side opening. Today we're going to talk about queen side opening, some of them. So it starts when you open from queen side D4. Obviously, D4 is always called queen's pawn opening, the first move. And later, depending on the move. So guys, I'll tell you, remember I told you when a lot of people play E4, the most popular response is either E5 or C5. Most two popular response. If it is E5, guys, you should be at fingertips. If you started with E4, 80 to 90% of time, you will get response E5. You can play Berlin, or you can play, what was the name I said? You can play Marshall or Berlin. Or if somebody say, you started E4, somebody says C5, you can play either Sicilian or Alapin 60. Okay? That is all about E. I'm not saying always, but most of the time. Similarly, when you play D4, the most popular response either is D5 or it is an F6. The most popular, I'll suggest you to go for an F6, but again, there are pros and cons. We also call it King Indian defense, but we'll not move to King Indian defense, we'll move to the, I'm going to show you the Trompowsky. So D4, then an F6. And if your opponent say D4, an F6, then you start with, right away, the first move itself, you say this. See, that is what Trompowsky. In the second move itself, you are pinning the knight with your bishop, that you are entering with the Trompowsky attack. D4 and F6, bishop G5. Now, the move which black may do is, let me put first this my screen, 1 second. Knight E4. Because if your opponent is still attacking this, because it's challenging this, right? Knight is not in the danger, but knight is attacking your bishop. No, I'm not saying it is good or bad, but it is knight E4 by black. And then you go for bishop to F4. You will save this, right? As of now, what do you think? Who is better?
Sir, white.
White is better in development. Black has put, yeah, he has moved only his knight. That's okay, but knight is staring at your, like, though knight can't do anything as of now, but still it's too much ahead. So now when you move your bishop, black may do this. Why? Because there is support for this. Yeah, black may not take up this, but black is challenging this. Right? And you already have support, so nothing to worry. So if you got C5, then obviously you should go to very aggressive. You'll say, okay, I will. It's like both players are playing a little more aggressive here, right? F3. Now the problem is if black moves this, defense for this is gone, right? So you are scaring, or I would say you are trying to move away black with this. Instead of moving this, can you suggest what black can do? One is black can move this. Any other option apart from this? Anyone? Arnav, Achintya, Mishita, Ishan, Divakati?
So black can open 7.
You are saying this one?
Yes.
This one? Yes. Other option?
D7 will protect this knight. Otherwise, only thing is to bring the knight back, or because queen cannot come on this white block.
Okay, but black also can do this.
Okay, yeah.
Right, because see, when king is checked, your opponent has to handle the king, right?
Yes.
So black do this, and that is a better move for black. Now what you will do? You have to save. You also say, okay, I am not going together. These are the better moves. You are defending this. You are saving the king. Yes, this is still in danger. Yeah, this can capture this, but you have support from pawn and support from knight. There is no problem. Now what happens is, what black usual move I am saying. No, black say okay, so black has to now go back. Yeah, tempo is lost. But still, you can't say that white can capture this, no, right? Because there is a support here. But good thing is this is attacking. If you capture this also, line will open, correct? So as of now, white is still a little better, right? Because one is the tempo. If you see that the more development happened towards through white, right? See, white pawns are so nicely poised, right? See this. So
Connected pawns.
yes, connected pawns plus they are in a zigzag. Very nice. Now, as soon as black move this, you can say, okay, so what is the motive for this? D5, what is the motive?
To bring knight to here.
Knight to?
Knight to capture this lollipop.
Yeah.
Queen can directly kill the knight.
Some people they do this, so you are right. Other also, so it was danger, you are put in this. This is safe, but there can be much bigger, you can say, advantage later. So now what black may do is, black will do this. See, black has to put some support for here for later for this also. It was there, but you know one more reason for this is what, which black has understood. Can you guess? If white can put it here, then queen was 4, so he already moved queen before that. Correct? See, if queen is trapped, that's very bad, right? So black has already moved queen before that itself. Because white could have done this. So there is a thing. So black has already moved the queen. Now what can white do? The better option. Tell me. Any ideas?
White can also get the pawn G2 to G4.
Okay.
We can develop this.
Yes.
Because if we do not want to move the queen, we can develop this. Even knight of B, though both the knights are free.
Yes. The problem is this pawn knight cannot come here, but knight can come here.
Both the side, the same thing is there. It
Right.
cannot.
But yeah, but the point I'm trying to say, if you see the white has very open position, right?
Yeah.
White has a lot of moves white can do. Yeah, this it also can move this for future, but I'm saying this also can move this also, right?
Yes.
See
It
how
will
many?
open.
Yeah,
It can open up for the bishop.
But one thing white should do is put lot of support for this. This is a very important pawn now. Correct? very important pawn. You can put support from this. You should put multiple support. The moment you put this also, now you will get some space for this. And good thing is, see this.
Yeah.
So he can do this also. And there is no danger. Why? Because backed by this.
Yeah.
There is no danger.
The full support is there.
And later, if you can move one more, this has to again run. So if you see, by pawn, you can really attack. So first you put your bishop at the right position, and then you are opening with the pawn. So overall, black is in a. The problem is black has moved the queen. So now he has to start like keep moving king to save, right? There's the problem. One thing black can do is black can you can say attack this. Understood, guys? What is the so actually Trompowsky started as soon as we done the third step. This, and if suppose NF6, if you do this bishop attack, it's a Trompowsky. Okay, this is one of the very, very, you can say, aggressive opening, because from the second step you are asking like this attacking this knight. Otherwise, it also like opposite of, you can say, Ruy Lopez. Ruy Lopez was attacking this here. Remember, if knight is here, Ruy Lopez was here. It's a mirror image, but not exactly. Understood what is Trompowsky? It also can happen, suppose some of the move. What if suppose black doesn't play suppose say after this. So initially I said okay, black has moved this, right? The knight after the first move. D4, NF6 and BG5. No, it's not that black will always move the knight. No. Black can also say I'll move this. Is it a defensive move, attacking move, or bad move? By black.
See, black is opening the supporting the knight also. Though a knight is already supported,
but there's a
it
good
is making
support.
yeah.
Yes, it's a good
But
support.
after it
And
is already
also
supported by the pawn. It is opening
right.
bishop.
It's opening bishop. Bishop also can here, right?
Yes.
So E6 is a better move than the knight. Now, white will say, okay, I'll do this. Are you saying white is luring? No, because I don't think black will capture this because directly, right?
Yeah, queen.
So white is taking advantage. Okay, you move this, no, I'll do this. And white will not hesitate to move this one further. Agree?
Yeah.
So that's the one drawback. But if black moves this, then it's not a problem. That is another variation. Now, at this time, black also can say enough is enough. This, right? These are valid moves, good moves. So now either white can take this or white has to retract. Agree? Now, better move in this case is this. Just to get double pawn structure or getting queen out. Tell me, what will black do mostly? It will get double pawn or it will...
Queen.
Queen is better. Why? Why, Ishan?
Then the pawns will be blocked and it will be some...
Yeah, it will be very... See, one is a double pawn, one is a very bad structure, right? And this is open, right? Open file. So better for black is capture with queen. Agree? Now, no, white may be tempted to move this, but they don't achieve much, right? Yeah, for a moment it is. Better move is develop. That's the best move here. In this position also, white is better for a moment, right? Though queen is staring here, no problem. Queen is staring here, no problem. But you have to get out your knight. Knight can support if this move, knight can support, and also this is all open. So if you see this, tell me, this opening is very, very open opening or not? Yes, your defense is not too good, but you have opened in just 3 moves so many thing items, right? In fact, your every pieces except one knight, and yeah, first these 2 people, except only this. This can move, this already moved. See how you can say open spaces and your every piece looks like is getting developed, right? Right, Vivakaji, and everybody agree? It's
Yes.
very aggressive.
And on the other side,
Yes.
you can say that there is a very lot of openings available. Piece
Yeah,
can be moved accordingly.
that's fine.
Still, if you see the structure of that black, so 4 to 6 pawns are still at the same place.
Yes, yes,
Though here it is also 6, there also 6, but here the center portion is quite vacant.
you are right. Now, see, every aggressive opening has a drawback also, right? Now, black can also say, okay, you are doing Trompowsky, I'll be more aggressive than you. Can you believe it can also happen? How it will happen, I'll tell you. Start with D4, N6, BG5. Now, if black it's a very risky for black, but black say, okay, I'm going to be more aggressive than you. Black say, let's see. Now tell me what is happening here.
He's carrying him.
Right, see, okay, this will take no problem, but black is directly challenging this. These center pawns are very important, right? Directly challenging this. This is a very aggressive. Again, no black. This is for good one. So white, most probably in this case, white has no option but to take this.
Why?
So the bishop can be captured.
Bishop capture, that's fine, but at least double pawn will happen. Because I'll tell you why. Because the moment he does this, black has to capture, right? So then white can capture from a pawn up. That's the reason. Agree, Ishan or Ichintia? Black has taken. Because as of now, this pawn is hanging, right?
Then why did he
Yes, sir.
play that pawn?
Who?
The black.
Black was more aggressive. If white would not taken this, then black is more aggressive. Still, black is not bad, I'm saying, but suppose say black takes from this. As of now, no white also cannot see is developed. What is have white? Only this, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
But white can say I can do this also. So these are
Yeah, to stop the knight to be developed.
yes. And also here support for this, then he can move this here, this here, this here. Here's a lot of support, right? So it depends, it all depends. But I think
Sir, in this situation,
Yes.
N% will not work because it is moving one by one.
No, N% will not work because he's moving. If black was not here, black already moved, right?
Yeah, but white was having an opportunity to attack black, but the white did not attack on it.
No, but white could have taken directly, like not
Yeah.
white could have directly taken.
But
That is not N%.
Yeah,
N% happened when white could not take it, but through N% it takes it. This is the direct take. So white can either do this directly or white can move ahead. So there is no N% here. N% will happen when suppose black says this, then white
No
say, oh,
N%.
you have
Yeah.
given me opportunity, I will take it. That will happen. See, it happened, right?
But
So
one thing is,
Yeah.
N% will also work. For example, if black crosses the center at the half part. For example,
N% happen only during the first move
okay.
when there is a two move. What I'm saying is, let me put it here again here. What I'm saying is, suppose this is happened, this happened. Now, if black moves this
Yes.
first move of black, so then white is saying, oh, you are not given me opportunity to capture this black, so I'll do N%. Equal to this.
And in this case, black can also do N%.
No, black is directly capturing this, na? Black can capture this.
No, in the previous step, black does not have this opportunity of N%.
No. See,
E3
N% happen when your opponent moves first move as a 2.
2. Okay.
Opponent. How N% can happen here is like this. I'll tell you. This happened. Now, suppose say white moves something. Black moves something. Now, if white moves this,
Now black has opportunity.
Black has opportunity to enter.
Yeah, this was my earlier question.
Yes, yes.
Yes, is this possible?
Yes, definitely. Oh, for all the 8 pieces is possible. So good, that is Trompowsky. Let's talk about another opening, which is very popular, which I play a lot. Let me erase it. And in the end, we'll talk about Sicilian. First, we'll talk about Grunfeld. I don't know how many of you heard about it. Grunfeld or Grunfeld? I'll tell you. I have played lot of match on this. See, I'm telling you the opening which are very good openings, though there are many openings, right? Have anybody heard about it, Grunfeld? No? There are so many variations on this. So let me explain you what is Grunfeld. Let me give you a little history about this from my notes. Again, this is just for your. It is named after Ernst Grunfeld from Austria. And this is what, again, first instance of the opening is 1855 game between Mr. Banerjee in the pair who had from Indian chess rules playing black against John. Again, this is from internet, okay guys? Now, why Grunfeld is very important? Why Grunfeld is popular? It's because of this. I'll show you what is Grunfeld, but why Grunfeld is popular? Because of wait, let me put it up. If you're a dynamic player and prefer creating threats over defending passively, it might look like that you are defending passively, but good opening choice for you because you prefer creating threats. You will defend solid, but you will also create some threats. If you're not used to play actively, but would like to change it, trying the Grunfeld defense could be a good idea. So what I'm trying to say is Grunfeld is good for dynamic player. We'll see a lot of variation of Grunfeld. I've played a lot of matches. But yeah, in a lot of matches it's draw. So Grunfeld I play when the opponent is very strong. Like I'm playing against very high rated player. So then I play Grunfeld. Because
it is the name of the place, I think.
Yes.
Because actually the match is playing between Banerjee and Kohren.
But Ernst Grunfeld is the name of the person.
Okay.
Austria, the country in Europe. But I think it's also. But this is named after this person. So as I said, this is very important because see, if you're playing with a very strong player, you can't from first move say you will win, right? You're playing against GMs, you're playing against very high rated players, 1900, 2000, 2100, 2200 rated. So first you think, okay, you have a solid opening where you are equal. So if you are equal in first 10-15 moves, then you have better chance of drawing the game or even getting. Because if first 10-15 moves are bad, then gone. So that's the rule of thumb. So let's try. What is Grunfeld? So let me erase this. And after that, we'll talk about Sicilian defense, the most robust, or you can say the most. So again, Grunfeld is also about D4 opening, as I said today. Let me see, my board can become refreshed now. Yes. So Grunfeld obviously will happen when you start with D4. Most popular move, NF6. So D4 and F6. Now you move C4. Where is my cursor? Now you move C4. And that where is your all? Okay. D4 and F6. C4. Yes. Very different move, right? Very popular. Believe me, if you've learned Grunfeld, even a very strong player, you will save the game. I have played with this with against many players, top players, like higher rated players than me. Yeah, I not won all, I won some, but I have not lost any. So d4, nf6, c4. The typical move for black has to be g6. Because you know when somebody moves g6, what is the plan? This. The moment somebody moves g6, means the person want to move to bishop to this. That's the whole object. The moment you see g6, even if white moves the g6 sometime, it means you want to come here. That's the whole objective. So d4, nf6, c4, g6. And then knight to c3. This is also turning into, see, Grunfeld is like King Indian defense, but one more step ahead. This is also King Indian defense. But Grunfeld is one of the bigger variation, or you can say popular variation of King's Indian defense. Very popular defense. One is Sicilian defense. We'll talk about it after this. And one is the King's Indian defense.
So it says in the
Yes.
what does it say? On the left hand side, you see it is
Yeah,
the
it also
Grunfeld
shows.
defense.
Yeah, so it is. We had a championship not last year, 6 months ago on Grunfeld defense in IIWC. Everybody played only Grunfeld. Everybody played only Grunfeld. Okay. So, MC3. It's a very solid kind of defense. Now, obviously, this will be D5. See this now? Grunfeld defense. Now, what's the better move? Obviously, what white will do? What will do? White will capture this.
The black.
Black will also capture this.
Okay.
Now what? What is a better move, Ishan? So there are so many variations. But one of the popular move has to be E4. Hi, Ishan.
I have never heard of this
Grunfeld?
defense, so I don't know anything.
That's fine. So E4. What is the objective E4?
To just
To
scare away
scare
the
the
knight.
knight.
And can you see now? This is open. This is open. This area is open. And nobody can threat king here. Though it looks there is nothing empty, right? There's no threat. Without castling also it's so solid, right? As of now. Agree? Divakar ji? Grunfeld, everybody, you should try to master. One is Grunfeld. Sicilian is very difficult. That's why I'm not in Sicilian. Sicilian, we'll talk about it. Now what will happen? D4. What black should do? E4, sorry. What black should do? Black will say enough is enough. There is no point of losing the tempo by moving back. If black would have done this, now white would have done this. Correct? If black would tackle this, white would say, okay, I'll move ahead. So see, so black say enough is enough. Black will take this. Obviously,
now-
what? Tell me.
It can capture it.
Obviously, there is nothing, no doubt about it. No, is it defended? Is defended. Who is the better position?
White.
White. Clearly, it looks like 3 poles are there. And center, who is captured the center till now?
White.
White only. Presently at white.
Yes. So, what can black do? The most popular move at that time now is, as black was expecting, black say, okay, finally I'll move. That is what black, that's why black has moved earlier that G6, right? That is what Grunfeld. Now, no, I'm not saying black is bad because black is making a very, very good defense here. Black will castle soon. And when you castle and your bishop is here, it's a very strong defense. Very difficult to, Sicilian works like that. So black will castle. This is there. Nobody can really break very easily. That is what it is. Now, if you see,
So means if there is no pawn, castling can also happen. Like at G7, there is no pawn.
yes, castling doesn't depend on pawn. Castling depends on the empty space King is not moved, and this is not moved. Rook is not moved.
Rook is not. Okay.
And king is not under check, or this path is
check,
not under
yes.
check. Suppose if I'm giving check, then it can't. If I'm giving check somewhere here, not. Otherwise, pawn has no effect. So this is no, it's white's move. No, there are see, this is the Grunfeld basic thing. After there are four, you know what is main line? You know, in every chess opening, there is something called main line. Have you heard about it? I don't use the technical terms because don't to confuse. Main line. Main line means the most popular or most played places. And there are different lines then. Exchange variations and traps and all, like traps and gambits and all different. But let's first talk about one of the exchange. Now, one exchange is, so after this, these are the first, I think, how many moves we done? I think 6 moves, right? Yes. So after 3 moves each, now you have to start thinking, these are the standard moves, Divakarji. The moment you play lane, you will play that, black will definitely play that, if he knows that. So these 6 are standard moves. Now the game changes. One of the variation is exchange variation, where it says white will say, I'll start with this. Bit up to c4. It's a very good position. Why? What is the objective? He also the move plays the bishop on a good active port. However, the drawback is that irreversibly complete. That's okay. So bc4, most probably black will respond with c5. Tell me why. Why black should respond with c5? Ishan, Nitila, Mishita, any ideas?
Black should respond at e5.
Black will respond with c5 now. Why?
c5, yes. It want to move the give white pawn.
One thing is black is saying, okay, if you capture, I'll exchange your queen. You have to move your king and you lose the castling. Correct? That is one reason. So what should white do now?
Capture the pawn.
Knight. Okay. What is the main objective of black here? To lure him to capture so that.
Yeah.
So the better move for white is this. You say, okay, you capture, I'll not capture from this, I'll capture from this. See, white is developing again, right? Agree, Cynthia?
Yes, sir.
So knight e2 is a better move. You can note down those. And after that, if suppose black also say, okay, I'll also develop fair move, knight c6, bishop to e3. See how good it is.
Very aggressive.
And very interesting. It's dynamic, right? Though Aram say it can cancel. So Grunfeld initially, like, it can go on draws. Now obviously, most probably black will say castle, white will say cancel, right? Say both are playing their own way of making strong defense. Now what will happen? What black should do? The better move for black is this. Development as well as try to break or this, because you're pinning this, right? Though you can break the pin with this, but still you're opening them. I'm not saying white Grunfeld is better for white. I'm saying how solid it is. Now, so basically, shall we move this? What should black do?
Take back his bishop.
Take back his bishop. Any other ideas?
Pawn for a bishop is not a good deal. Either
No. White should do this.
yeah.
Tell me why, Mishita. Why we are doing this?
What?
Bishop.
He's not saving bishop. He said, okay, you take my bishop, I'll take
Yeah,
your bishop.
I take your
Your
bishop.
pawn is in a bad position. I'm in a good position. See?
And from here he can take another bishop.
Exactly. And bishop. So that's the point that it say, okay, no problem. That's like how we think. Now, will white take? I don't. We should not. White say first let move because that is what you're carrying, right? Correct. But you know, this overall game is becoming very, very competitive now. Bishop to d3. What black will do? Black is saved. No, black will spirally say. Black say, okay, let's see. These are the standard moves for this direction, okay? Which will be like very equal. No, you know, slowly black is becoming strong. He's very strong here. Attacking. Agree? Because whenever even you move that, black said this. So black is still attacking, right? Yes, you can capture that. There is nothing. That is what the exchange variation. Now, say, okay, I'll take it. What should black do? The better move for black. Tell me. Now black say, okay. But you know, this is very empty for white, right?
Yes.
But king is saved a lot. King is safe. King is safe. It's almost kind of a draw game. White will make it little bit like say, okay, now. So it's like it keeps tilting towards white or black depending who is making a better move. So against a strong player, you should do that ideally. Obviously, black will do what? Can you see this?
Yes, you can capture.
Oh, that was
It was not a blunder.
indirect. It was indirect.
Yes. Obviously, he has to take this. This game become very interesting. Very, very interesting.
But it is going towards white.
You
Because
can't say, yeah. You can't
Because
say,
black has less pieces, I think.
okay, say f6.
he needs to break open now.
Now tell me, why black has not saved this? Black has moved this, not saved this. Bad move or what?
Very good move.
Why?
Because it is removing the checkmate pattern.
Okay. Any other reason why black has not saved this? The reason is this is not. Is it in danger? No.
Yes.
At
Why?
4 points it is in danger. At 4 points it is in even if we come
No.
kill his
See,
pawn.
if this, right?
It will,
That's the
okay, the
point.
queen has moved. Yeah.
That's the point. Because it's like you see the hanging piece or say, oh, your bishop, my bishop. That's it.
And now he can take the knight or the bishop.
So see how interesting become game. It become very interesting. It's not very easy. That is one variation. Let's play another variation of. Let's go back to move number 6. This. I said this 6 moves, right?
Means, sir, in sacrificing is equally important.
Ah,
Sometimes it appears to be more important.
advantages. You are right. You not believe there are 20 plus moves are already analyzed. People play those moves only always. But what if, so that is was BC4, right? 7 move was BC4, right? We talked about. So now I'm thinking another variation. The first variation was the exchange variation. Now we are going to try modern exchange. What if white says, I'll not move bishop, I'll move this. And f3. So two popular moves are 7 moves, 6 moves are first 6 are fixed. 7 move can be BC4 or NF3. We talked about BC4. Now we'll talk about NF3. Knight to NF3. If that is done, then black should do C5. Again C5, tell me why.
To remove the pattern to make the king castle.
Now white should definitely do this.
Why?
White has to open this now. Because white is saying don't move this. White is trying to restrict this. This is attacking this. Because the moment is gone, this is gone, right? This. So white is stopping this. That's the one of the reasons. So rook of B1. Black say okay, I'll castle. White say okay, I'll also plan for castle. Okay. These are standard moves. That's why I'm saying this is how it works. Then what happens? No, black say okay, I'll capture. What will white do? With white also capture, right or not?
But if it capture, yeah.
Yes, please.
I cannot capture this.
Because this is supported, this is supported.
Yes.
But black say okay, I have better move this.
Now it can give the check.
Right?
Yeah.
There is no danger. Black can do this, white can do this.
Yeah.
No,
This is also there. Knight is also there.
Yes. Knight is also there. There's so much things. Yes. But is it okay? At this point, white cannot castle. White can't castle this time. Better move is so that you are saving with bishop so that. But the problem is this. Can you see this? You're saving with this. This is not. This is a hanging pawn, right? So white, black say okay, good. See, black is in a better position now because of that NF3. But white first say okay, let me do this. Got the little idea about how Grunfeld works? Black should still go ahead and attack. So if black plays nicely, black is very good for black. It's a dynamic, it moves both ways. Okay. What should white do now? Tell me what. White say okay. I'm not worried. This is a very complex game. You might feel okay, I could have moved, but this is a very complex situation. That is what it should happen. Okay. Enough. Shall I show the third one, Sicilian defense, the most popular defense? Is everyone okay about Grunfeld? I showed you two variations. Obviously, you can't have to remember everything. First few moves and the idea. You would have heard, I think you would have heard a lot about Sicilian, right? Let me write it first. It will take a few more minutes. Let me write. Have you heard about this or not? Sicilian defense. Tell me how many, because the most popular and the most robust defense people talk about. Sicilian. You heard about it? Anybody heard or not?
Sir, I have heard. I know the how to open that.
Sicilian defense is very, very popular.
But very easy.
Very easy. But it has lot of variation.
Yeah,
Let me give you some reference to this first before we talk about Sicilian defense. Sicily is a place in Italy. Divakarji, this is like based on the place. A place in the Italy. Sicily. Largest island in the Mediterranean Sea and one of the 20 regions. why Sicilian is important? What is the idea? Huh? Sicilian defense, why it's so popular? It is because see the moment, okay, where is my, because see the fight is always about center, right? The fight is always about center. Like suppose say e4. Ishan, what is the second move so to introduce Sicilian?
Yeah, that is C4.
E5.
C5, sorry, C5.
E4, C5. You are moving into Sicilian. So why C5? See, when say E4, white is trying to capture center. Black is safe. Black is saying you can't move this. Yes, I can capture, you can capture, but then I am also. So there is one thing is white is trying to capture center, black is avoiding it. It's trying to say I am also there. So Sicilian is one of the very strong defense. E4, C5. The popular move is next is NF3. Assuming black may do this. There are
Sir.
two types of Sicilian opens. Yes, please.
So we can't see your chess.
You can't see my screen?
No.
Sorry, I thought I'm showing you. Okay.
Whiteboard is there. It is whiteboard.
Sorry,
Not
sorry. I didn't realize. I already moved here and I didn't show you. Sorry. Good you told me. So let me do undo once.
even you are so sincere students, they believe. They
are-
automatically assume that there is a chessboard.
no, they are very nice. So E4 has to be C5. Okay. E4, C5, we are entering into Sicilian. No open Sicilian, closed Sicilian. They are variations. But first let's talk about, suppose we talk about open Sicilian. Suppose white played say NF3. What is NF? What is NF3 for?
To guard everything in the center.
One reason is if white plays later this guarded, if white moves this guarded, if black moves this guarded, right? So now the move for black has to be NC6. Open Sicilian. E4, C5, NF3, NC6. If white plays D4, the most popular move in this, what will black do? Black will take this. There is no danger, right? White will take, that's fine. As of now, black has taken one. Yeah, see, he saw differences. Gary Castro. You know Gary Castro, how many people heard about Gary Castro? One of the strongest players. He played a lot. Sicilian.
I think I've heard.
Yeah, Gary Castro. When I used to play,
Yeah,
like,
I have played with him once.
is it?
Yeah, it is Gary app. It's like something I don't
Okay.
remember.
That's fine.
When
He's
I was
very aggressive
just
player.
4 years, I played,
Very nice, Jan. Very nice.
but I lost very badly.
That's fine. That's not very important. So C cross D4 because he's a very strong player. You will say okay. White will say I cross D4. That's fine. And now, if you play G6, you are entering into dragon because this will come here. This is like dragon. Sicilian dragon. But mostly the idea behind is you will put this here. You are attacking from this. That's why G6 is always behind is with the Sicilian is a very widely played move, very widely played defense, solid defense. E4, C5. Okay. Fifth is also another variation of his. If I start with E4, C5. Another way. You heard about Beth Harmon? Beth Harmon is kind like she played a lot of games with just Sicilian. Very strong player, very aggressive.
And she's a girl, I think.
Yes, Beth Harmon. You play NF3 now. E4, C5, NF3. Like people say, like if you play like Beth Harmon, if you want to play C6. This is what it is. D6. This is a different move now. E4, C5. Okay, let me clear the board so that it doesn't show the old one. 1 second. I'll play again. So first is E4, C5, and F3. And now, what's the move? D6. You might argue that, oh, you are getting this, but there is no danger as of now, right? So E4, C5, NF3, D6. Open Sicilian, but very interesting. Most probably black or white has to do this D4. Neutralize this or leave this, take it. You say, okay, I'll take it. Different variation of the same. Agree? This time, white has taken this. And now black say, I'll do this. What's another variation of this? And obviously, now or suppose if I say, you can also say, let me say D4, C cross D4. If it is the knight has done this, you can also say NF6. NF6 is better move here. And if black does this, white does this. See this how the moves are going now. And now you again say dragon D6. See the dragon?
So why it is called dragon? What is
dragon is cross, dragon flick.
Okay, okay.
Hockey also we see, right? The cross, dragon. That's what it is. Tell me we say cross, you can stick, we do dragon, right? Maybe.
It will work for bishop mainly because
yes. Whenever bishop comes here, it may enter into dragon. See what they are saying. If you read this, Jesus introduced the famous dragon variation of Sicilian defense. While the general themes are easy to understand, the dragon is a very sharp line with immense amounts of attribute theory. Even one slip, but you know, Sicilian is very, very complex. There are so many variations. Very, very difficult game. You should master it, and it's a very, very strong defense. So G6, then you can say as usual B3. You have to always come to this. These are standard moves. You can go to BG7. That is how to end up. Okay, I know some of you may be feeling, oh, it's too much theory. I know. That's why I'm not going to cover all the openings, right? But yeah, you know, overall theme E4, C5. This is what. Yeah. So tell me, anybody want to say anything, ask anything? These are the main opening I wanted to show. Obviously, as you play more and more, you will start making your own favorite openings, right? Like I have my favorites. Everybody has their own favorite openings, the style of play. Like I am a more a E4 player. Somebody may be more a D4 player, or somebody may be more for Reti opening with knights. It's all different. Okay. So guys, okay, the videos will take some more time to upload last few videos. I won't get time. But again, my objective of video was for future reference. It is not a substitute for live classes. So nobody should depend on videos. Okay, sir, I don't attending class because I want to take video. No. It's not about that. Okay. So please keep attending. We have next week. We're going to talk about some end games thing. Very, very interesting games. How you play end games with rook and pawn and king. Just 2 or 3 pieces. How you really maneuver to either get it draw or win or even stalemate. Okay.
Sir, how to download that videos? Is there any option to download or
No,
not?
no, no. Download option is not there
Okay.
because download option generally see in the digital world download option should not be there. Otherwise, you never know how it will circulate anywhere, right? So that's why none of my course nobody can download.
Okay.
So thank you everyone. See you next week.
But sir,
Yes, please.
it can be screen recorded.
Huh?
It can be screen recorded though.
Yes, yes. People can see if somebody want to do, they can do all of it. But screen record will take a lot of some tools, and also it will not be as good as the original videos. People can always do that.
Other than this, that requires a lot of memory and watch. And another thing is which I believe that if someone wants to do, he will anyhow do.
Exactly.
However, CCTV cameras have been installed in even banks.
Yeah, right.
Highest of the gadgets, latest of the gizmos.
You are right. You are right. And also one more reason, okay, why I don't give video download, because then become offline. The point is, when a video on the server, you can like some quiz is there, some update can be there, right? It's a kind of a semi-interactive. People can ask questions on putting. Offline, they put a mobile and it's like a connection lost. So people should just not, because my objective was never offline. So you can go on server, watch as many times you want, no restriction, and ask questions, take quiz. And you know, this is okay. Some courses have like a lot of videos. It takes GBs of space. And it takes a lot of time, a lot of memory to download. So from your perspective also. Okay, that's enough for today.
Yeah. Good night,
Thank you, everyone.
everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Bye bye. Take care. Good night, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.